After Mr. Morrison had retired to his own house and Big Ma, the boys, and I had gone to bed, Papa and Mama remained on the porch, talking in hushed whispers. It was comforting listening to them. Mama's voice a warm, lilting murmur, Papa's a quiet, easy-flowing hum. After a few minutes, they left the porch and their voices grew faint. I climbed from the bed, careful not to awaken Big Ma, and went to the window. They were walking slowly across the moon-soaked grass, their arms around each other. First thing tomorrow, I'm gonna go around and see how many folks are still in this thing, Papa said, stopping under the oak near the house. I want to know before we make that trip to Vicksburg. Mama was quiet a moment. I don't think you and Mr. Morrison should go to Vicksburg right now, David. Not with the Wallaces threatening people like they are. Wait a while. Freeze. Look down at the bottom of 206. Right here, I'm going to underline, I don't think you and Mr. Morrison should go to Vicksburg right now, David, not with the Wallaces threatening people like they are. This is an example of the author using foreshadowing, hinting that the Wallaces might do something bad to Mr. Morrison and Papa if they go to Vicksburg. I'm going to make that note in the margin. Take 20 seconds, underline that evidence, and make your annotation in the margin. Now meet me at the top of 207. Put your finger where it says Papa. Papa reached into the tree and broke off a twig. We can't stop taking care of business 'cause of them Wallaces, Mary, you know that. Mama did not reply. Papa leaned against the tree. I think I'll take Stacy with me. Now, David, no. He'll be 13 next month, honey, and he needs to be with me more. I can't take him with me on the railroad, but I can take him with me where I go around here. And I want him to know business, how to take care of it, how to take care of things when I ain't around. David, he's just a boy. Baby, a boy get as big as Stacy down here and he near a man. He's got to know a man's thing. He got to know how to handle himself. I know, but... Mary, I want him strong, not a fool like TJ. He's got more brains and learning than that, Mama snapped. I know, Papa said quietly. Still, it worries me seeing TJ turning like he is. Seems to me it isn't bothering Joe Avery much. He doesn't seem to be doing anything about it. Papa allowed the silence to seep between them before he said, It's not like you, honey, to be bitter. I'm not bitter, said Mama, folding her arms across her chest. It's just that the boy's gotten out of hand, and it doesn't seem like anybody doing anything about it. The other day, Joe told me he couldn't do nothing with TJ anymore. That's a hard thing for a man to admit. He can still put a good strip of leather against his bottom, can't he? It was clear that Mama was unsympathetic to Mr. Avery's problems. Said he tried, but his health so poor he ended up with a bad coughing spell. Got so sick from it, he had to go to bed. Said after that, Fanny tried to whip the boy, but TJ's stronger than her and it didn't do no good. Papa paused, then added, He's gotten pretty sassy, too, I understand. Well, sassy or not, Mama grumbled, they better figure out some way of getting that boy back on the right track because he's headed for a whole lot of trouble. Where do you see foreshadowing here? Underline a piece of evidence, make a note in your margin. Now meet me where it says Papa. Put your finger on Papa, middle of the way down the page. Papa sighed heavily and left the tree. We'd better go in. I've got to get an early start if I'm going to get round to everybody. You're still set on going to Vicksburg? I told you I was. Mama laughed lightly in exasperation. Sometimes, David Logan, I wonder why I didn't marry sweet, quiet Ronald Carter or nice, mild Harold Davis? Because, woman, Papa said, putting his arm around her, you took one look at big, handsome me, and no one else would do. Then they both laughed and together moved slowly to the side of the house. Look in your packet. Answer questions 1, 2, and 3.